Alright, Secret DIY here. Today on this Fandabby episode, I'm going to give you 5 tips and tricks you can use within the workshop or within the work site. So, with that said, without further ado, let's get cracked on, let's get straight into it. So, tip number 1 is basically, I've built myself a workbench here, a little temporary workbench. The reason I've done this is because obviously when you first get started, like you're in a mess like I'm in now, you haven't got any workbench or anything. And also this is good on site actually, if you're a site joiner or anything like that and you're just getting started out. For a little tip, buy yourself a clamp. Basically these clamps come like this, fantastic as well if you're doing worktops. They come off like that. All you do is drill your hole with your spade bit all the way through there like so. Once you've done that, then put your clamp through, attach that back on like so, clamp it up, and it goes solid as a rock. Then you can do your router in, or you can work on your workpiece that you're doing to get the job done. Happy days. Let's get on to number 2. So, another little tip for you. A tip for argument's sake, right? You want to nail something together with your nail gun. So, obviously, you've got to understand this is just a little for temporary purposes. To show you what I mean, so you're trying to stick 2 bits together. It doesn't matter how long, how big it is, you're trying to stick 2 bits together like this. Okay, now, to hold that onto there, and then to put it onto here, and then fart about like this, wobbling all over the place. So what I like to do is this: get myself some Mite Fast, also known as CA glue in other parts of the world. You got your activator. This is mitre activator, this one's called, and then you've got your mitre adhesive. So put it on. I'll go for this bit here. Stick your glue on. So get your spray. So you put your glue on there like so. Then stick it together. Perfect place. Okay, hold on. Go. Wait a couple of seconds. There we go. Now it's gone together enough. It's not going to move. All you do then is hold on to here, like so. And it's just a case of there we go. It's made it well easier for you and less chance of accident. Right, let's get back on to the next tip. So, nice little tip for you. This will work on site as well as in the workshop, or if you're a DIYer in your own home. Basically, as you can see here on this piece here, I've got it, you can see all these marks. There we go. Now, they're going to be very difficult to get out, so you'd have to sand them down, or you'd have to maybe try a rubber. Now that's going to cause lots of problems with your workpiece. So when you're marking, get some painter's tape, or masking tape, stick it on. Do all your markings, whatever you need to do, squiggle on, like so. Now, you think, oh no, I've got to put that mark in the wrong place. Now, all you do is you just pull it off like so, start again, and then all them squiggles are gone, and then you just put your painter's tape back on somewhere else. Get a new piece, sorry, here. Say you marked it and you marked it wrong. Take it off, put it back on there like so, and then redo your marks and you're all sorted. So let's get on to the next. So here now, I've got a little measuring tip for you. Basically, imagine this is your wall, that's your wall, you're going from there to there, you're putting cupboards in, which I've done videos on, or anything like that, or you're just doing a workpiece where you've got to try and get in on the floor to do some flooring at home on your floor, or anything you want really. So you're going to measure it. So let's say it's a door opening, that's the best example. So you get your tape measure and you go like that, and you have to go against it there, and then you're looking and you think, whoa, is it 800, is it 804, 805, so you're struggling to get in. So what I do is get my tape measure, and normally I like to use an 8 metre one because you've got quite a long span if you're measuring for a carpet or something like that, or flooring. So they're quite big and bulky, so this sorts that situation out. All you do, get this, put this into your door, this imagines the door frame, go there, measure 100 in. Once you've measured your 100, you go all the way like this to the 100, and then that says 703. That says 703. Add the 100 you've took off, that'll be 803. And you know how big your door is, you know how big your frame needs to be, ready to put your door in. Right, there's another tip for you. Right, let's get on to the next. So the next tip is this. Imagine you want to cut this down here. Now, you're cutting, I know, round about there, halfway, so you put that against there, you push this against here, obviously switch that off first, push that against there, and look, your fingers are right near, it's like thumbs linear away from your fingers. Now, that sort of situation that you want to be in when this is going a million miles per hour. So what I like to do is this, is I put this against there, and all I do is gonna stick a bit of wood like this, put it against that like so, hold that there from a safe distance, and then slowly put this down, okay? Let me show you. Eyes, ears. Right, let's get cracked on. So, all I do now is slowly put this towards the workpiece, like so, and then wait for it to stop. There we have it. All nice and safe, no lost fingers, and everything's happy, and you got your piece that you needed. Right, let's get on to the next one. Now, another little tip might saw is, when you're cutting plywood, as you can see, you always get these little shards going off there, like so. If you can see right on the camera, there we go. All them going down there. So, what I like to do is basically, another little tip for you is, put something on the back of it like so. As you can see all them now, so I'll cut this off now. You put that there, like so, put it against there. Once you've done that, then you've basically stopping, well, you're reducing it, you're not stopping it, but you are reducing it. Anyway, let me cut it, I'll show you and see if it's reduced or not. Oh, would you look at that? That's well better. Yeah, there is still a little bit there, but a little bit of sandpaper should take that off straight away. So what happens then is this, you push this against here and it stops it from the tear out at the back. So we go from that amount of tear out there to this amount of tear out. Massive improvement by a good 50 to 70%. Right, let's get on to the next one. So my final tip is basically shop organisation. This is what I've been in the middle of building. That's why my shop is a mess at the moment. As you can see down here, that's where I've been working around. So I'm trying to get everything sorted, and this is what my next video, well, might not be my next video, but a video very shortly is coming to show you how to build this and how I made it and the easiest way to do it. I get sick to death of looking for stuff, and I just find now it's just basically, oh, There's my tape measure. Oh, put my tape measure back. And that's sorted. And the prep that I've been doing for this video, I can put everything back now when I'm all sorted out. So anyway, I'd just like to turn around and say to you, thanks very much for watching. I hope you're getting some value out of it. If you are getting some value out of it, thumbs up or a comment or a subscription from you will be absolutely fantastic. If not, keep watching the content. Your views matter. And I'd just like to say, take care and hope to see you in the next one. Thanks very much.